Day 4 of the budget debates kicked off in the National Assembly with a high-spirited delivery from Minister of Public Works Bishop Juan Edgell. Minister Edgell began his contributions reminding the House that the 2022 budget will build on the administration's efforts to address the welfare of the middle class.
The Guyana Revenue Authority has just announced that the PAD series has been exhausted in 6 months and they're about to go into PAC. In 6 months! You know what that means? The dreams of our young people. Public servants are no longer in poverty with bicycles. They're buying their own cars. They're owning their own homes. This budget speaks about ensuring the viability of young people and their families.
In brushing aside the APNU-AFC's criticisms that government's infrastructural investment will not lead to tangible benefits for Guyanese, Minister Edgell reiterated that all of the administration's plans have been carefully structured to ensure prosperity for every citizen.
When we invest, sir, and we put the roads, whether they are hinterland roads or whether they are urban roads or farm-to-market access roads or we're opening up superhighways. These are not roads that are leading to just a destination, but it's leading to prosperity. Opportunities for housing, opportunities for farming. We have given incentives for large-scale plantation agriculture. Those roads open up those opportunities.
Minister Edgell reminded the House that government over the past year maintained and constructed hundreds of kilometers of roads that were retrofitted with over 700 streetlights. Some $49.2 billion is budgeted for roads and $27.5 billion for bridges under the Ministry of Public Works for this year. Next up was Minister of Natural Resources Vikram Bharat, who added that the administration's investment of oil revenues will translate to growth in the non-oil sectors.
If you examine the budget, Mr. Speaker, you will see that the money from the Natural Resources Fund is flowing into those sectors. It is flowing into agriculture. It is flowing into health. It is flowing into education. It is flowing into tourism and manufacturing. It is flowing into our security. That is what it is being used for.
Minister Bharat also informed the House that Guyana will very soon expand her oil and gas operations.
Weeks from now, our new FPSO Unity will start producing 220,000 barrels of oil per day, taking our total to 340,000 barrels per day, Mr. Speaker. And our third FPSO, Prosperity, should be in Guyana by 2024, taking our production to 560,000 barrels per day. And Mr. Speaker, we are in the process of reviewing the field development plan for the fourth development, the Yellowtail development. And I want to say that we are not taking things lightly. As a government, we have already engaged 2 different sets of international consultants to ensure that they review the field development plan for Yellowtail and to ensure that when a license, once approved, is granted, that it brings additional benefits to the people of Guyana.
In the afternoon, Minister of Amerindian Affairs Pauline Sukai, in her budget presentation, says Amerindian people will benefit from a whopping $1.835 billion injection into the Amerindian Development Fund.
We have delivered to Amerindian communities 112 tractors, complete with trailers. And we are in the process of completing the delivery of the implements to those areas that are logistically difficult to meet in a short period. There was no time in Guyana's history that the Amerindian people have received such staunch and strong support for agriculture. Mr. Speaker, those tractors will be increased in number to another 71 this year, whereby other communities who are eagerly awaiting their allocation will have their allocation delivered before the end of 2022.
Concerning support for Amerindian youth, Minister Sukai added that $300 million will be invested this year to advance the Community Support Officers CSO program that will provide more jobs and training opportunities. Minister of Home Affairs Robertson Ben on Thursday announced the launch of a new program aimed at upskilling prisoners to reduce incidents of persons returning to the system.
In respect of helping persons who exit the prisons re-enter normal life with the ability to take care of themselves and in reintegrating with their families. And so, in an overall program calling Increasing the Peace in Guyana, we are looking amongst many of the measures in having a fresh start for prisoners, having them trained, having them been given the tools to start out to relaunch activities.
Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony, while making his contributions on the government's 2022 budget, said the Dr. Irfan Ali-led administration will lead the people of Guyana into collective prosperity.
Under the leadership of President Ali and this government and its budget, we are going to lead the peoples of this country to collective prosperity. Not one set of people or that set of people, but all the people will be led to prosperity.
Meanwhile, making her contribution to the budget debate, Minister within the Ministry of Housing and Water, Susan Rodriguez, says government's competency, capability, and track record in fulfilling manifesto promises prove that they are right for the job.
The growth in the construction sector, the growth in the production of sand that the Honorable Minister Ashley Singh spoke about, the growth in manufacturing, the growth in export, the growth in real estate loans. These things do not happen by accident, Mr. Speaker. It is the result of careful planning and implementation of our government's policies. The growth in the construction sector in 2021 is directly correlated to our infrastructure programs and our housing program. The $5 billion increase in real estate loans issued by commercial banks is directly correlated to our policy increase in mortgage ceilings and mortgage interest relief. These direct results is because of careful state planning and prudent management of the economy.
Closing off day 4 of the budget debate, Member of Parliament Sanjeev Dattadin noted that the multitude of measures included in the national budget will ensure Guyana reaches a turning point that will be remembered as the transformational era of Guyana.
This budget will transform Guyana. It is a budget to transform Guyana from the place that it is now to the place that we all want to see it to be. It lays the framework, the building blocks, pillar by pillar, to make the transformation of Guyana possible. Mr. Speaker, transformation in Guyana is already underway. Any citizen who is honest and objective will agree that that process has already started.